was always either depressed, sad, angry, like all these things, all these emotions, and it was because I made the decision to be intimate before marriage.
It's a grace, it's a grace. Oh, leading my family to freedom, following Christ to the kingdom.
Be successful. I couldn't be successful because I was being weighed down by so many other things.
Ask me why I feel great. I can feel the power of the grace.
It's not even about like abstaining from sex before marriage just because God told us to not do it. And like he said that for a reason, and we can be a testament to that, saying, I know why God said that now, because my life was like torn to pieces at one point because of sex before marriage, because there wasn't any commitment. Everything's all over the place because you become vulnerable to someone who doesn't even care.
Right.
And then it's like God set it up so perfect so that we don't have to go through that. And to be able to be on the other side of it and be married now, and to be able, because man, I love having some good time with you, you know what I'm saying? But like, it's there's just so much more of a different understanding now,
Right.
like compared to when it was just sex.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
But I think, just to cap everything off, sex before marriage can be, obviously, I'm gonna say it straight, like it can be exciting, it could be fun. It seems like everything is good, and it just seems like a lot of fun, which everyone knows this. Sin is fun. Like indulging in sin or doing something that you're not supposed to do is fun. That's the way it's set up. And it's our job to be able to
create boundaries.
Yeah, so that we can live a life to where like nobody else lives. We're supposed to, live a successful lifestyle. And a lot of these things can hold you back. Like I was held back for 4 years.
Right.
That everything I was doing wasn't working. Like trying to be successful with making videos and trying to find the right job or trying to be successful. I couldn't be successful because I was being weighed down by so many other things. But understanding why God said certain things, it puts you in the position to be successful.
Right.
And I think that's just like a better way to look at it.
Yeah.
Versus God doesn't want me to have fun or something silly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like there's the quote that it says, "What Satan will give you the fast way, God will give you the
right way.
The right way. The right way." So it's like sex before marriage, that's the fast way.
Yeah, you can get it quick.
That's you have a feeling and you fulfill it, and it's temporary. Whatever you're feeling in that excitement, it's temporary. It goes away immediately. And Satan gives it to you fast, quick, and in a hurry. And you're like, oh, this is great, this is great, this is great. But then you're yielding over to what Satan wants you to do. Whereas God, he'll give you the same thing. It's like sex is not bad, but sex outside of covenant is bad. Outside of marriage is not the right thing to do. But when you do it within a marriage, God gives it to you the right way. As far as like you get married, then you can consummate the marriage and you can be with your husband or you can be with your wife and enjoy sex. And
it's there to basically scratch the itch.
Yeah.
To fulfill that desire inside of you.
Because the desire is going to be inside of you. Everyone has a desire to be intimate with somebody. And
some people don't, but that's a whole other story.
Yeah. But I forgot what I was saying.
Go ahead. You're going to have the desire inside of you. And sex is fun, and my husband knows what he's doing.
Yeah, everyone's gonna have that desire or that burden inside of them to want to be intimate with somebody. But at a young age, it doesn't make sense to do it.
And it doesn't allow you to live out your youth.
Yeah, because you're not you're doing everything based off your emotions. And that's the one thing. It's like, I know for me, it's like all the decisions I made were solely based off my emotions and thinking that love was butterflies in my tummy or, heart eyes and all that stuff where they like emojis and everything. Like that's love, but that's not love. So, I know that now, but as a kid, as a teenager with raging hormones, you think that that's love. And it's like, I would advise anybody, if you're underage and you're trying to...
You didn't even say underage, but not married.
Right. If you're not... Well, I mean, it's like, speaking of young people, because we have a lot of young viewers. If you're not married, if you're not looking to get married, don't force intimacy.
Yeah, and don't have sex to hope to have marriage.
Yeah, that's right.
Or to say that's
well,
what's
I'm gonna
make
marry
them
this
want
person,
to.
so I mean, no, sweetie. Until you get you a ring. What does he say? Pastor say, no ringy, no dingy. And it's like, it sounds so like old fashioned. It sounds so like this is what my parents say, but trust me, it works. I mean, look at our marriage, everything that God has given us. And it's like, I can tell you from my perspective or from my experience, I was in a relationship, not married, for 10 years, doing all the things a wife should do and giving all the goods that a wife gives and, playing house. And I never got the things that I was promised. I was not married. Not building a family. We didn't have a house. Like all these things that there was no success as far as growth, no progression. And it's like all these things that God that promises you, it's like you can't obtain those when you're out of covenant, when you're not in the will of God. And I can tell you, once I got it right and once I was like, I'm going to follow God, I'm going to, do what he wants me to do, and I'm going to try to do it the right way. In a year, I, got married. I met him, got married. We, got a place together after we got married, and just boom, success after that, like really quick, in like a span of 2 years, 3 years that we've been together. And it's like,
together
that's
or married?
Together.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because everything changed when we met.
Yeah.
And it went skyrocket from there. So it's like, I was in like torment for 10 years. Like, well, I wouldn't say torment. That's a tough word. I wasn't living right. And there was so much tragedy. And I was living from, one thing after another. And like, this is my life. And I was always either depressed, sad, angry, like all these things, all these emotions. And it was because I made the decision to be intimate before marriage. But once I flipped on the other side, it's like God was able to bless me, because he couldn't bless me in my other situation because he wasn't even in that situation.
That was good. No rinky, no dingy.
No rinky, no dingy.
No, but we really hope this video encourages you guys, and know that we dealt with this. It was tough for us together before marriage, so we want you to know that we were in that same boat. Mm-hmm. We went through it, and I'm just telling you, you can do it. Just really believe that you can do it.
What based off the book that we're reading, what, I wouldn't say advice. So what things would you tell them to do if there are people out there that are courting or dating right now, looking to get married? What would you tell them to help them get through it?
Mm-hmm. So
before
we actually have the book right here, right? Let me see. So we have this book. It's called The Elephant in the Bedroom, and it really, I'll show you. I feel like one of those, like Oprah. Everyone check under your seat. We're giving that away. But actually, comment down below. We can do a giveaway on this if you guys really want one. But one thing that I really learned is dealing with or handling what she has to bring. There's a chapter in here I think called Too Much Junk in the Trunk, which is pretty funny. But it's very true, and it's a helpful chapter to read. It's talking about everything that, or like the baggage people bring with them, and know that that's the stuff that you're going to have to deal with as far as even intimacy. If you have intimacy with someone, you take on some of that. Mm-hmm. And when you get into a marriage, you take on some of that. Both of you guys take on each other's stuff. And I think just understanding that allows you to prepare your mind for your decisions.
Mm-hmm. I think the biggest thing was, or for me, it's like, or that I got out of it, was knowing what to look for. And even if you're with somebody right now, just the book is basically explaining how to be yoked with a right person, a person who's like you, who is on the same track as you, and can carry a heavy load like you, or whatever load that you carry, who can carry it with you, and moves like you move, thinks like you think, and it's not about what you can get from the person, but what you can bring to the table. And I think for me that was an eye opener for me. And it's like in a relationship, it's like if you're dealing with the burning inside, it's like your partner's dealing with that as well. But if you're like-minded, the person's not going to pressure you, and you're not going to be pressuring them if you guys are both on the same path to an understanding of what your goal is, or your end goal is, which is marriage, obviously. So it's like if you both have the same understanding and you're equally yoked, then it shouldn't be an issue. Yes, it's going to be hard, but you're definitely going to be able to help each other get through it. So I think it's like building a team and knowing that, you're on the same page. So there should be no pressure. It shouldn't be a task that's impossible.
And I think if you are dealing with wanting, like having that burning desire inside of you to have sex, I think the reason of that is because you're not being productive with your life right now. You have to establish yourself, and productivity is a huge thing that you should be focusing on. Because if you have time to think about, man, I want to have sex with her, or I want to have sex with, if you're a girl, with him, whatever the case may be, if you have time to do that, you really need to observe your life, really, in general, and say, what am I really doing?
Yeah, go read a book. Go read a book or go play outside or something.
Realistically, like, be productive, get some stuff done, and figure out what you're trying to do and establish something before you get into something serious.
Right.
As serious as, sex or intimacy.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of hard to be intimate with someone when you're like bagging groceries at Walmart or something. Or at work, or working out, or
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think exercise is a big thing that helps too, and that helps with people like that deal with being addicted to pornography and stuff, or like masturbation and stuff. Like going to the gym, that stuff helps. Yep. Getting some sort of exercise or something.
Yep.
Maybe we'll talk about that in another video.
It's putting your focus, because your mind's trying to be focused on one thing, so it's putting your focus somewhere else. Mm-hmm.
But guys, we don't want to keep you guys too long. Sheesh. Now, this is most likely a raw video because we just want to be real with you guys. This is what we experienced. We want you to know that we deal with this. We dealt with this the same way as you, and we deal with a lot of things the same way as you guys.
Yeah.
But we love you guys. Thanks for tuning in this video. We're definitely going to keep making more content based on relationship and try to give you guys the best advice we can give. And hopefully it helps you guys out, because we go through some stuff and we, like I said, get through some stuff.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching this video. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.